about the votes and everything like that, and that was tremendous. But I want to tell you, I'm glad to be here tonight. I'm delighted. I'm honored. It's an important election. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, each election is going to get more important. World's getting smaller, competition's getting tougher, and so we have to be very, very active. We have to watch what's going on. But I'm delighted to be here, and I am so glad that you took time from schedules to be here tonight, because I'm sure there are many other things that you could be doing. Hopefully you're sitting here thinking about some of the people you know who couldn't come tonight, so you're going to carry the message back to them and talk to them about what went on tonight and ask them for their vote to be sure that they get out to vote. But you know, earlier this summer, I got to meet Shelli. And I was very impressed from the very beginning of a young woman who was so dedicated and so committed and had so much passion and all of her energy. And she was just, I thought, she's a great candidate, and I would like to be for her openly. And the 9th District, of course, I feel is very lucky to have a candidate like Shelli. You know, she's a working mother, and Heather's already said that she has some children, or 3 children, but she's working and her life is full, and she really didn't have to get into this. I mean, she really didn't have to put herself through all of this, because, you know, she was happy at Indiana University at the Kelley School of Business, and she has 3 children, and she has a husband, Josh Perry, and they were just, everything was going fine. But you know, they talked about it. And just as Heather was talking about public service, trying to help people, trying to make things better for other people, and Shelli caught on fast and ready to go. And so she, let me tell you something, her days are packed. You know, campaigns require so much personal effort and sacrifice. But she didn't hesitate, and has done a tremendous job. If you want to know kind of what she's doing, go to her Facebook and see what her schedule looks like. And the next 2 weeks will just be unbelievable with all the activities, along with those other candidates. You know, I guess I think that if you've never been a candidate, you don't quite understand what it's like. It looks kind of glamorous at times. And you wonder, but you know, the least we can do is to go to the polls and vote. The least we can do is to talk to our friends and our relatives and our neighbors and everybody and ask them to vote. But you know, when you're running a grassroots campaign, it does take a lot of effort and a lot of time. She's taking the fight to her opponent, Todd Young, who perfectly symbolizes the strain of extreme partisanship that is holding our nation back. You know, I am very proud of the women that are here tonight, and to say I've watched Heather and so many other young women. And it's amazing to me, obviously, their talent and their ability and their dedication and their commitment. But you know, we have a way of compromising. We have a way of making things work, because we're not accustomed to everything going our way all the time. And so we have a way of saying, okay, we'll just kind of go with the flow, and we'll compromise, and we will work this thing out. What's best for people. You know, Todd calls himself a conservative, but he's really not a conservative. He's extreme. He's very extreme. You know, this country has moved too far towards supporting millionaires and billionaires at the expense of the middle class, in my opinion. And to pay for this, the Republicans want to cut everything that helps build the middle class. Everything that makes working families get ahead, helping them to get ahead. America is strong, was stronger than it is, I think, today, because of a good, strong middle class. If you don't understand how important a middle class is, look at countries like China and India and see where they're putting their emphasis on the middle class. So no one's asking for a handout. We just want a level playing field. And Shelli's running for Congress because she's fed up with all the partisanship and all of the extremism and the blocking of the agenda to put Americans back to work. And I know she's going to talk to you more about what she stands for, and I'm going to stay off of that. But, you know, as I've gotten to know Shelli and I've looked at this race, I've discovered something else. As bad as Todd Young's appears to be on the surface, the closer you look at his voting record, the worse it looks. The worse he looks. He's voted to let insurance companies discriminate against women. He's voted to give tax breaks to companies that create jobs overseas. He's voted against job training. And the list of bad goes on and on and on. So I happen to think that Todd is the wrong person for this job. The wrong person. Don't feel that he is the representative that you Hoosiers deserve and that you need for your future, the future of your kids, your grandkids. And so he's the wrong choice to represent when he cuts Pell Grants and all those things that have already been brought up. But I want to say that Shelli's going to work for you. Shelli understands women, understands families, and she's going to work for you. Shelli's going to be accessible. I know she is, because if she isn't, I'm going to go after her. Because we all just want somebody to listen to us, just as has already been said tonight. And I want her to, she'll work hard. She'll work long hours. And she's going to come home, and she's going to visit with you, and she's going to listen to you. You know, she's the right choice. Shelli Yoder is the right choice for the 9th District of Indiana. And one of the things I'm very personally interested in, and that is, I want to see Shelli win because I want her to be a partner with Congressman John Yarmouth. You know, what men think of, women don't. What women think of, men don't. Great team approach, great team approach. And because Kentucky and Indiana must work together, that would be a great team. So from a selfish point of view, that's another reason to vote for Shelli, okay? All right, I just have 2 more things I want to say. One, some of you said that you've already voted. Early voting is important. Go on and vote, get counted, get as many people to vote early as you can. That's very important. Do it now because on election day it may be raining. You might have a sick kid. Something might come up and you can't go. So be sure that you do that and tell everybody else to do it. And then a very important thing, I think, because it's tough. Shelli has 2 debates in the next 7 days. Have you ever thought about preparing for a debate? But she's ready. And tomorrow night she's going to be in Franklin, and next Monday in Portland. So what we want to do is to send all of the good vibes that we possibly can her way, everything we can muster, because it is my distinct pleasure and honor to introduce the next Congresswoman from Indiana's 9th District, Shelli Yoder.